The usual video on this channel is from a race or a activity during the week, but I figured I'd do something different this time and I'll show you what a whole week of training is like, considering now it's fall and it's pretty close to winter, and I try to step it up a little bit with a lot of bike riding and roller skiing and a bit of running, even some strength training. So that's what we're going to do this week, and I will go through day by day, and I'll see you back here for a proper recap of the week. Monday is usually a rest day, but as Markogram is coming up fast, I wanted to get some volume on the bike this week. I was joined by Evan on a really nice gravel ride in Omarka, where we did around 40 k's and 1000 meters of elevation gain. Perfect way to start off the week. Tuesday was a proper shit day with piss poor rain, so I decided to do an interval session on the ski erg. I've not done a lot of ski erg training. Ski erg is not my strong suit at all, but I'm doing my best at least. It's better than being out in the pouring rain. Hang-ups is a great way to gain some additional strength in the upper body, but as you can see, there's lots of room for improvement. Wednesday is a staple in my weekly routine. I get up at around 4:30 and get myself ready for Oslo Dawn Patrol, the gravel edition. We start at 05:40, and this is a pretty intense gravel group ride of around 30 k's before we end with coffee and pastry down at the cafe in the city center. Getting up at 4:30 in the morning is always difficult, but once you get mornings like this, it's always worth it. It was pretty nice outside on Thursday, but I had an interval session with Ole and we decided to have it on the treadmill, so it's easier to compare shape and form from earlier now that we are getting close to the winter.
Nydelig jobba.
It's Markogram in a week, so I gotta do some bike riding to prepare myself for that. And that means riding in the dark. So I'm currently doing a recon ride around 70 k's with some climbing just to see how that is. So yeah, even though I had an interval session this morning, I felt that this was pretty necessary. In case you don't know what Markogram is, it's 250 kilometer, 4,500 meters plus gravel ride in Nordmarka from sunset to sunrise. It needs to be taken seriously, and volume and mental fortitude is key if you want to succeed. That's why I went out later on Thursday to get more volume in and prepare my head for a long night on the bike. Just made it back home, 80 k's, 1700 meters of elevation gain. Yeah, pretty satisfied with that. Pretty tired. It's 12:30 and it's a group ride tomorrow morning, so I just gotta get to bed after I eat something, but I'm going to bed pretty soon. So I'll see you tomorrow morning then. past 6 in the morning. I had 5 hours of sleep or something, a little less than 5 hours of sleep. Now we're going out in the dark again, gonna meet up with a group of people and we're going on a sweet little Friday group ride. And we're gonna end up with some porridge down in the city, so it's definitely worth getting up for. I felt pretty shit on Friday morning. The week started to take its toll on the body, but the Friday group ride is super nice and super chill, so being a bit tired is okay.
Struggled a bit to get up this morning, considering I got home late last night, but once you get on a bike and start pedaling, it's usually worth it. And you know, the porridge and the cinnamon bun and the coffee at Cafe Lykke definitely makes it worth it. Currently going down to the Circle Valley and go for an hour of some roller skiing. It's just easy, chill, and then I'm gonna go for an hour run after that. So that's gonna be the Saturday. I have to say, it feels pretty easy today. I don't think I ever felt this easy on this loop before, so it's definitely a positive I'm gonna take with me. So the loop in total is 19 k's. Just came back to the car and it's never felt this easy before, which is pretty insane. I can't really understand because I was pretty much dead yesterday, but yeah, I obviously got some super compensation or something today, and I don't think I ever done this loop this easy and in a pace below 4 minutes per kilometer, so pretty psyched. So now I'm gonna go quickly into the grocery store, buy chocolate milk, maybe a banana, and then I'm gonna go for a run for an hour, and then I can rest easy for the rest of the day. Straight out to the trails. I'm doing my favorite loop, I'd say. It's probably the trail loop I do 90% of the time when I go for a run. It's just an easy 8k loop with some elevation gain, mostly on trails. That's it for the running part of today. 8k's and just a bit over an hour, so feels good, but it's definitely not the freshest I've been on a run before. But yeah, still happy that I made it around, and safe to say I can stay on the couch with a good conscience for the rest of the day now. That's what I'm gonna do, and then we'll finish off the week tomorrow with some roller ski intervals. Sunday morning, last day of training before we're gonna rest tomorrow. I figured just get up early and get over with it. So we're gonna do a 4 times 10 minutes interval session here in my area. Just gonna go around. So it's basically uphill intervals. You gotta be careful here because they removed the pavement. So I'm in the wrong lane. It's a bit windy and it should be fun, but like I said, let's just get over with it and then we can spend the rest of the day to just chill and do whatever I would like to do. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied. 4 times 10 minutes, mostly uphill. Body's responding really well. And I think that should do it for this week. Let's do a recap of the whole week now. Yeah, that was a pretty good week. Lots of bike riding, roller skiing, ski erg, a little bit of strength training, and some running. But we can jump into Garmin and take a deep dive into the stats to see how everything panned out in the end. Okay, so here we are inside my front page on Garmin. This is how my week looked like, and if you look on the top right, you can see that all activities from the 6th to the 12th of October is 18 hours, 35 minutes and 53 seconds. A lot of this volume comes from my bike riding, and we can dive a little bit deeper to see how everything panned out during the week. So if we start here, you can see all the red cylinders or stats are cycling. This is ski erg, and this is roller skiing, and the light blue is running. And so we can start then on Monday, Oslo cycling. I did a loop of 42 Ks with Evan, which was super nice, great weather, 1,000 meter of elevation gain. It's nice to get my climbing legs ready to go and fire on all cylinders. Going on Tuesday, this was when I had the ski erg in the training room. This was a interval session 6-6-5-5-4-4 on the ski erg, and I also had some strength training with the pull-ups as you saw. Not a big fan of ski erg. If I can, I want to do as much as possible outside, but considering how the weather was this day, it was nice to just be able to get a ski erg session done. And then Wednesday, again, Oslo Dawn Patrol, 5 a.m. I started, I think, 50 Ks in total and 1,175 meters of elevation gain, almost 3 hours on the bike with the cafe stop. This is a staple in my week. Yeah, it was just a good day. Thursday, had first and foremost a night ride alone in the forest because, again, Markogram, it's in the night, it's a lot of elevation gain and it's long. So this was a good ride, almost 80 Ks, 1,700 meters of elevation gain. Super nice, a bit late. I started out at 7:35 p.m. And also on Thursday, I had the treadmill session with Ole in the morning. Good session, and really enjoyed it. Friday was another group ride with a good crew on the gravel again. This is pretty chill compared to the Wednesday group ride. The Wednesday group ride is pretty hard, and it's a proper good workout, like threshold and even zone 4, close to zone 5 at times, really. So yeah, Wednesday is really good. Friday is more like a easy recovery, just chill pace, not so long and not too much of elevation gain, but still almost 1,000, so pretty stoked. Then Saturday started with a roller ski to the Cirque Valley and back. Yeah, almost 19 Ks. This was, as you can see on the heart rate, pretty easy. And then also on Saturday, I went out for a trail run. Pretty slow, but the plan was to do 1 hour of roller skiing and then 1 hour of running.
And this was on trail. It's you can see for being 8Ks and 260 meters of elevation gain, it's quite a lot, and it's pretty technical trail as well. So it's it's not the easiest place to go fast, but that wasn't even the point. This was just to keep the legs going and get some more volume in. So that means I had like a couple hours on Saturday, and then I had 4 times 10 minutes here just around the area where I live. Super nice. I had to pause to watch during the downhills because of the pause wouldn't sync with the uphill session. So that means that half of the intervals would have been downhill, which wouldn't have been optimal, to put it that way. So that's why this is a bit stupid. But it was basically 4 times going from down the road and up to my place again. That's basically what it was. That was basically a 10-minute effort on those. I guess it's around 3Ks, 2.5Ks, I think, from the bottom to the top before it's back down again. So hard to say if this is correct. I think the heart rate was a bit higher, but doesn't matter. Felt okay and feel pretty fresh. So that's basically it from this week. As I mentioned, a lot of volume comes from the bike riding, but that's what I love about doing this kind of cross training, where I can have 4 or 5 hours a week with roller skiing and then a little bit of running, and then I can do the rest with bike riding, which means like I can have a big volume but still be able to do everything I want. Could probably do more roller skiing and cut back on the bike riding, but this is because of Markogram coming up, so that's why there's a lot of bike riding this week. But I think in the upcoming weeks there's going to be less bike riding and more roller skiing. Yeah, solid week. I'm pretty happy with the volume and the feeling in the shape and form in general. And it was fun to make a video about the whole week. And I'm maybe going to try and do some more of this, but there are definitely more skiing, related activities that's going to be published here later this fall. So it's probably going to do a mix, but nevertheless fun, and just going to keep up the consistency now. And I think once the first snow falls, we're going to be firing on all cylinders. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.